at this picture.
This is a wild lineup.
This and let's go to. I'm about to fuck up my. Make sure y'all go check out Zoe. Hit that like and stuff. What you say now?
I don't know who's that dude next to Vlad. I don't know who that dude is.
That is Trap Lord Ross. His name is Trap Lord Ross. We gonna get into it, okay? We gonna get into this, and we also go get into a video by Corsino, cause he has something really to say. But look at, I need you to look at what the name of this collective they calling themselves, all right? Cause I don't think you saw the name of this video, but this is what the they calling themselves. This is the collective. Now I know you done seen Culture United and all of them videos pop up. Well, these motherfuckers done created something called the Kings of Hip Hop Media Unite. That is the name of that video. Okay.
Kings of Hip Hop.
The Kings of Hip Hop Media. Okay. Now I need you to understand that how you spell Corsino name? I think it's like that. They know what the hell I'm talking about. I need you to understand something. When I first seen it, I wanted to be like upset. Now, Corsino went in and shit, and he go in on each motherfucker shit he know about them and stuff like that. And this is an hour and 44 video. You know that nigga hilarious, but he was actually really upset about this shit. Okay, because he been in the entertainment industry. He really hung out with all these motherfuckers. He know the people he be talking about and shit. And Trap Lil Ross is from overseas, England or somewhere, I don't know. And he started off on some academic shit. No, I think he done had a few channels, but one of his channels that really popped was him doing research on, hip hop events and shit. And fucking, his biggest ones was kind of going. The one I really got caught up with him on was when he did it was a 2-hour special on Jacksonville, them Florida rappers and shit, and how all that shit was connected. So that's Trap Lil Ross. Of course, that's DJ Vlad. Then we got Fast Academics. Then we got motherfucking Whack. And then we got No Jumper Dude. And then we got some nigga back there that I'm not sure of. Now, I gotta bring this up, and the reason I named this what I named it, this is our fault, is because unfortunately the label that they have right there, it's not inaccurate, and it's because motherfuckers watch that shit. I myself included. I remember back in the day before I knew who the fuck Vlad really was. Now, as soon as I found out who and what and how Vlad was, which was years and years ago, I stopped watching. But I just said on the other damn day, I seen that Project Pat. If he got Project Pat or Crunchy Black, I'm a 666 fan more than I'm a hater of Vlad. And they don't do interviews with everybody like that. So I watch it. All right. I watch it with the utmost fucking disrespect for myself. But I be wanting to hear the behind the scenes of the mafia and shit, right? But and let me keep this picture.
Before we go forward, did you see? I sent you a video the other day of Lord Infamous talking about how they was really worshiping the devil and shit.
Oh, that was Koopster, but that was just really Koopster on that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that was him. He didn't have no family, and he lived with DJ Paul, but they actually chopped the fuck up out that video. So I'm gonna have to check it. Now I did have a relative. I mean, my homeboy I grew up with relative was from Memphis. He was like, them niggas used to ride around with the Devil's Bible and shit hanging out the window and all sorts of shit. So they keep saying it was DJ Paul says they just ran with the shit because it was a good gimmick. That's what I thought it was. But I think Koopster was really on that shit. If you listen to the Devil's Playground and shit, when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, Koopster was serious about this shit. One of my favorite. One of my favorite tapes. But back to my rant. So if we look at this picture, unfortunately, it is not correct. What they done dubbed themselves, because if you go by the views and shit, Vlad still get millions of motherfucking views. Trap Lil Ross done got millions of views. Academics is still here, and celebrities, them rappers and shit, still communicate with this nigga like he not a bitch ass nigga. they still communicate with him. Whack 100, I don't know what the fuck. He just seemed like a hanger-oner to fucking jump Adam 22. And Corsino put me on game, which I didn't know. Well, I knew this. Vlad owns a production company, right? Like, he got a production company, and apparently Jump Adam 22 was signed up under that motherfucker, and I think Trap Lil Ross or whatever done signed up. It's kind of like how Charlamagne got his own like podcast, what's the word, that shit, network. It's kind of like the Joe Budden network, and he can sign people up under him, and that's how Vlad got it. So the thing is, they can call themselves that just based on the motherfucking numbers, though. And we all have motherfucking control. Not all us, because some of y'all ain't fuck with them motherfuckers. Like, I ain't never fuck with Drake. But I have watched damn Trap Lil Ross video back when he first was coming up and shit. Well, when he, broke through the algorithm to me, which was that the Jacksonville shit. The Vlad interviews, the motherfuckers was funny. The Boosie ones was funny. And shit like that. Now, Academics, I ain't never fuck with him solo, but on the Everyday Struggle, the only reason I watched the Everyday Struggle because motherfucking Joe Budden actually was a rapper. So whenever he was giving his perspective, it was from the industry shit. And then Lil Mama was there, and fucking them two motherfuckers was just, filling up space. I was actually listening to Joe Budden and when they had interviews and shit. But still, though, I gave that complex them some power to be like, Act got some power, so vicariously I've fucking supplied Act with some shit. Now, I only done seen a No Jumper interview with him and the XXXTentacion dude one time, and that was years and years ago, and I was like, that motherfucker weird and shit. But we gotta look at it, what this is. DJ Vlad, and this all in Corsino video. Make sure y'all go and watch the Corsino video, cause he really go in on it. But DJ Vlad started off interviewing fucking sex workers and shit and strippers and shit. Jumper Adam 22 is a fucking sex worker himself, him and his wife and shit. Yet these motherfuckers be doing the biggest numbers in hip hop. Now, when I say it's all our fault, it's not just us, the viewers' fault and shit. It's also the motherfucking niggas that go on the show's fault. I'm sorry, Project Pat. Please, I'm sorry, Project. If I ever meet you and stuff, we ain't got to bring this part up. You still the best. You still top 5 best storyteller rappers to me, okay? But you took your ass on the damn Vlad show. Now, Crunchy Black, he smoke crack and meth and all sorts. He does all the drugs. He done got shot in the face and shit. He can go. He get a Kanye pass of whatever the fuck he do. It's just like, he's special. He's special. And not, like agreeing with it, but it's just like, I'm not mad at it. It's like, it's fucking Crunchy Black. What I expect from them? You know what I'm saying?
Somebody I know, somebody I went to school with did a song with Crunchy Black. And they did a song with him like 4 years ago called I Should Have Bought a 7.
Well, I bet you Crunchy's verse went hard, though.
It was a dope song.
Yeah, Crunchy. People don't know. The album that, the Most Known Unknowns, half them songs, if not the majority of them songs, was Crunchy Black songs first. And Sony wanted to hurry up and catch the wave of that damn Get High song, Stay Fly, and fucking they took that nigga album, which let us know just how dope that shit was gonna be and why he had some of the dopest verses on all them songs on that album. I digress. But it's not only us, the viewer, because most people, if you don't watch hip hop, you don't watch one of these motherfuckers. And and I'm talking about before you knew their background and shit and all of the shit. And the only reason Vlad here is because Rick Ross bodyguard whooped his ass and shit, because he the one that put out the damn, I think he the one put out that picture of him in the...
So hold on, so it was Rick Ross bodyguard? I thought it was Rick Ross that stole on.
He was in there. His bodyguard took the charge. I hope, just going by the court shit, but he still sued Rick Ross because Rick Ross was there. I hope Rick Ross got some leaks in, but paperwork wise, they say his bodyguard did it, and that's what Vlad say too. And I can't believe Vlad, because Vlad don't want Rick Ross looking like he a real G, so he said his bodyguards whipped his ass, which, I mean, I hope Rick got some leaks in. But anyway, he sued Rick Ross, got paid, and that was the seed money for his motherfucking YouTube adventures and shit, enterprise or whatever the fuck. And most of us don't watch some of that shit. Some of us don't watch some of that shit at some point. Whether it was not all 5 of them, it might have been 1 or 2. And once we all got bamboozled, I believe, because we was just looking for entertainment information about our favorite artists and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's no different than boiling a frog and shit. Before you know it, boom. The whole industry took by some weird ass motherfuckers. Academics backdoor his way in some kind of damn way, which I still don't even understand. Like when he went solo, until I realized who the majority of his fans is. But it seemed the numbers is too big just for it to be, you know, just 100% weirdos. It's got to be like at least 10% people that we would see every day and be like, you know what, that person, he don't listen to academics. He would never. Somebody still cool. And then, and this is the saddest part I got to tell you, Brisk. Even though we don't watch his shit to enjoy it, we still make stories. Even though we making fun about them, we still propagating the problem ourselves.
Yeah, it's very true.
Now, unfortunately, laughing at people is really fun, and he's always doing shit to laugh at and shit. You know, but that's only a quarter of it. YouTube, the algorithm, we all whores. Anybody you see on this damn, if you looking on the phone, anybody you see behind the camera is a YouTube whore. We're all whores to the algorithm. Anytime you done heard anybody say some shit like, oh, I don't move, because that's why I got another channel. I got a separate channel so I can do other shit I want to do. Because if I try to do the shit on here, YouTube could be like, bitch, you talk about Drake and fat academics and all them other hoe ass niggas. That's what you do on this channel. I'm not gonna show your shit if you talk about other shit. We done did videos about the Jonathan Majors and we be talking about a whole bunch of other shit. But if y'all go look at our numbers, it be like 7 people, and then we do a Drake video, it be like 8,000 views and shit. We gotta whore ourselves and what we talk about to the algorithm so y'all can even see us. So y'all can even, because if we don't, you won't even show it to us. So even we are hypocrites for even talking about this motherfucker. Even talking about these motherfuckers right now. But on the flip side of that, in order to solve a problem, the first step is admitting that you got a problem. So we still got to talk about it and talk about the negative effects of them in order to solve it. But at the end of the day, we still hypocrites, because we are hypocrites. Everybody a hypocrite is on something. You know what I'm saying? Which we gonna go into another topic. What time is? Yeah, we got some time for me to run my mouth about some bullshit. But it's all our fault that these motherfuckers get to call themselves that shit. And then we do got other creators and shit that like the Carcinos and shit like that, who, shout out to him, he said the motherfuckers tried to hit him up trying to, you know, do team up shit. He was like, fuck y'all weird ass motherfuckers. Which I'm 100% down. That's another down with, because that's another thing. We all whores on YouTube, but it's levels to the whoredom and shit, right? People like fucking Adam 22 and Whack 100 and them niggas the top whores. Like, they will do anything. That nigga Adam 22 Whack 100 did a video talking about they swap wives and fucked and shit. Nigga, that is the most unrespectable whore shit that you could do. All right. Or you can do collabs with motherfuckers you really don't fuck with, because you know you gonna get platform. Believe it or not, or we like it or not, if fucking punk ass academics brought somebody on his platform and shit, that's gonna expose you to his millions of people that watch him. The thing is, what kind of fans do you want though? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it might be 10% of regular people, but since they fans of his, they can't be regular people. So I don't want none of his fans. If you're a fan of his, that means you're a fan of Drake. And if you're a fan of Drake, even if you weren't a fan of Drake, just being a fan of academics, and I gotta be honest, being a fan of academics, at least Drake, you know, he stole a bunch of music and shit and got famous. This nigga Facts Academics ain't did shit. Rihanna let Drake touch her. I mean, that's a little bit of something. Just a little. You know what I'm saying? But what woman you done seen Fats Academics touch without a restraining order being issued much soon after, or they get online saying he did some weird ass shit?
Yeah, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? But these people got positions of power. You know what I'm saying? And it's everybody's fault. It's mainly you though, YouTube. But at the same time, YouTube really only kind of push what people will watch. So if everybody watching That's what it is. But we stuck in the snake eating its own tail though. Cause like I said, we can't not shout from the rooftops how much of a bitch ass nigga any of these motherfuckers is. We would be doing a disservice to the genre that we love the most. If these niggas talk about hip hop shit, we be doing a disservice. And then it's hard is how you gonna tell an up and coming artist, oh, you can't go on the biggest platforms and shit. Cause the record labels and they managers like, bitch, I don't give a fuck how much a whole academics is. You going on there. And then they so fake, they'll motherfucking be nice to that motherfucker too. Probably done sent the money and grease hands and all sorts of shit. So it is a very agitating to be mad about some shit that you still be a part of. You know what I'm saying? And it's all our fault. You know what I'm saying? I had to look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and a tear got to shed out my eye. Cause and I ain't gonna lie to, which I found out that most of these big ass essayist YouTubers, they don't write their shit either. No motherfucker, all them essay videos be ghost wrote, from what I know.
Word.
Yeah, yeah. So, but they be well put together and shit, cause of the motherfuckers they hired off of Fiverr and shit, and the motherfuckers over across the seas that really be doing the research, or motherfuckers who went to school for journalism and shit, they'll form the work off of them, pay them, and then they upload the shit. So at the same time, I can't say that some of the works, at least with the Trap Lord dude, is the stuff that he put out, you could go Google it and find it. It was well researched shit. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta hold that L though for finding it informative though. You know what I'm saying? Then more hypocrisy. How I'm gonna be mad? Everybody ain't got the same type of level. Like, he ain't even from here. All right. And gotta be honest, colonizer in his blood. He just doing what he supposed to do. Take some shit that ain't got nothing to do with him and maximize and capitalize off of it. How I'm be mad at a snake for being a snake? You know what I'm saying? I could be mad, but at least him and fucking Vlad doing the snakery and shit. And so I'm just, and this is why I was on the live the other day. I was like, man, it sucks kind of knowing shit. I wish I could just have a mind where I just be like, oh, fuck that shit. No. We all got to take a little bit of blame from these motherfuckers being able to say that shit. And we all contribute to it. But at the same time, you got to fight the power with the power. You see what I'm saying? Which kind of goes back. Let's take this to another thing, because I don't think I spoke to you about this. And hold on, let me angle this correctly, because the frost is too light and the light is blinding out. I want people to see who is getting beat. I don't think me and you had this conversation. Have you heard about the Phantomist dude or whatever, and just kind of a discourse online about how Kendrick shouldn't be doing songs, or folks trying to say that Kendrick is a hypocrite for doing songs with Playboi Carti, because apparently, I don't know what he did. I think he slapped his baby mama or something like that. I ain't sure of all the details, but he did some very hood niggerish shit. And they like, oh yeah, how Kendrick point out all this bad shit about Drake, but he doing songs with folks like Playboi Carti, and he doing songs with folks with like Kodak Black, who got charges and went to jail for doing nefarious acts and shit. And so they like, yeah, Kendrick, he can't be as good as he's saying he is, which this motherfucker never talks about how good he is ever, like the way they be trying to say. But what do you feel about that discourse? Because this all wraps up into the whole hypocrite talk I want to talk about.
But I guess my thing would be, how was he a hypocrite? When did he say Drake was hanging, besides pedophiles? He was talking about pedophiles. I never heard him say anything about people just doing random other shit. So what's the hypocrite part coming from? That's the only part I don't get. And now if they just talking about overall people doing bad shit, but he specifically spoke on PDF.
Yes, he has specific. The only way it would be, you were right. So the whole hypocrite shit would be this motherfucker had to be kicking it with the motherfucker that motherfucker from the Subway commercials, the Jared Fogle shit. Yeah, if he had a track with Jared Fogle, then I'd be like, hold on, my brother. First off,
they was trying to say whenever that shit came out about PDE and them and that whole deal about them messing with little kids or something. That fake story. That's story, well, I say fake, but that story went away like today.
It wasn't no little kids though. It was just some grown women type. It was some sexual harassment at work type shit. That's what that was.
That's right. Well, whatever the story was, the people were trying to make it seem like a hypocrite then, but then that story went away. I don't know if that was
because it was some bullshit.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I ain't followed up on the story. Y'all let me know if it's bullshit or not. I don't know, but like Britt said, the shit did disappear. But I was saying this. I did a members live, and I was just talking about everybody a hypocrite for something though. But this kind of goes back to who are making these. And read what is it? Read My Soul. I forgot who it is. It's a YouTuber. His name Read My Soul. And he's super dope. He did a whole video about this and shit, just talking about who is saying these things. Who, and it was Fanto, whatever the fuck, the white dude with the glasses and shit, who brought up this shit. And with him saying it, people's initial thought process should have been like, who the fuck are you and why your opinion matter when it come to this shit? You don't know nothing about this damn shit. You don't know. And even let's say he did. We don't know his whole background and shit. Ain't no telling he probably do the same ass shit. People always talking about, I hate the morality world we live in now where everybody got to be this pristine person and everybody treat anybody that hang out with somebody that's not pristine as if A, people can't change, or B, people do. It is such thing as people making mistakes. It's a bunch of shit I did in my past I would never do again. I'm sure you can say the same damn thing.
Absolutely.
Everybody got some shit they done did. If you, I won't say everybody. I'm gonna say.
I will.
I'm gonna say. You know what? You right.
Everybody.
You right. Everybody done did some shit. Where even as kids, I was real young. I did some shit. I was like, I shouldn't have did that shit. We all done did some shit, and if somebody knew about it, they might, you know what I'm saying, take your one time. What if everybody took every fucking fucked up thing you did and be like, oh, you just a fucked up person forever? Now, don't get it twisted. It is some levels to this shit, all right? It is a threshold to this shit. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I don't want y'all be thinking about, oh, you know, Super said people who take pencils and stick them in puppies' eyeballs, but there are people that, you know, they can change the shit. No. It's certain age limits and even age limits and shit. Like, you know, a 12-year-old they go and just blow the 15 people away and shit, and they sit them down and ask them like, why'd you do that? It's like, I want them all dead. I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to fix him. Just lock him away forever. Adult charges, please. Don't get it twisted. But even when people get just in general, this whole Kendrick shit really kind of pissed me off though, because especially if you from certain environments, in certain environments you go be used to certain shit. Not you saying it's good or bad, but in every section of the world is levels to certain shit. In America, your daughter can fucking go out and tongue kiss a dude in the mouth and shit, and as a father you just gotta sit there and be like, damn, my daughter's tongue kissing this dude in the mouth in front of my house. They not married. Shit. You go to another country, under murder right there in front of everybody, and that's the threshold. That's how we got. She. And I'm talking about you not even tongue kissing, holding hands. Okay, so every culture has its own levels of what's good, what's bad, what you can't come back from, what you can come back from. Then on top of that, every culture has something called nuance. So where, hey, you know, you know, Henry was beating on Shawanda the other day. Like, word again? Damn, is she still cutting off his one dread at a time while he sleep? Like, yeah. Now that's not equal. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be putting hand, but to some people, cutting off somebody's dreads one time of the night deserves a backslap in the face. It's certain cultures where they gonna be like, oh, that's evil. That's even. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's even. I'm just saying in certain cultures, certain shit is not as deplorable, especially if you know all the details. It's a lot of rumors we be believing all the time about people. It's a lot of people that have been not only accused of, but convicted of some shit. Come find out they didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you are cool with somebody or something like that, and we all got that one friend where they be like, you know, Leonard be stealing all the time. You need to be careful from him. And your brain like, he ain't stole from me though. Like, and I ain't even know if we done all hung around somebody where we heard some shit, but it ain't happened to us. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just for everybody. But when it comes to that Fantanos and other motherfuckers, travel losses and all of this shit, and they speak on shit where it's cultural aspects to it that ain't, because these motherfuckers will research hip hop, right? But this is the thing. Let's say you research some damn hip hop and you want to talk about a white group like the Beastie Boys or Third Base or something like that and shit. And because they got to kind of do the same shit. They got to research the shit, learn it. They could have hung around it and shit. Like I said, there's only one motherfucker who really get this shit that I done seen. Maybe two. I think Bubba Sparks motherfucking grew up kind of knowing the shit. And of course, Paul Wall. We have never had any issues with the Paul Wallster overstepping any boundaries and shit, right? Because he actually grew up in the shit. But these motherfuckers that don't grow up in the shit and don't know the rules, and he respect the rules. He ain't even never break the rules. These other motherfuckers come in just because they done studied some shit and they know the lyrics to all the Nas whole first album and shit, and they think Black Thought is the best motherfucking MC, the most underrated MC in the world and shit. They come in with that fucking shit on some just learn this shit. Then they think their opinion matter about some shit that ain't got nothing to do actual with the music and shit. You can't say Kendrick can't work with any fucking body because you don't know the background of none of that shit, because you don't understand that shit. I don't give a fuck how many times you have conversations and shit, you not go understand it. I know some trust fund motherfucking babies and shit, and they be telling me about they weird ass world and shit, and I be like, I hear you, but I don't understand that shit. I can't have no opinion on. I can say it's weird. That's all I can say is weird, but I can't even tell them it's weird if I don't understand the shit. They doing some shit to where I be like, I don't think people should keep their bloodline together by uncles, fucking aunties, and cousins and sisters, bro. I think that shit is weird and shit. Hey, but I'm not in it. You know what I'm saying? And for them, that shit ain't weird. Now, scientifically and genetically, you fucking up your bloodline and shit down the way just from scientific research is what they say. But like I said, I can't speak on it. I know the scientific research, but if the motherfuckers has been at the top of the food chain for hundreds and hundreds of years, apparently the shit been working out fine. So who am I? And it's the same thing when these motherfuckers be speaking about shit, that black shit. They don't know the nuances of the black shit. They just come in with the knowledge and shit. It's not about the brain. It's about the heart and the feelings and the vibrations and shit. Too many people is book smart, but they don't have intuition. They don't have the street smart of certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfuckers coming in having opinions about shit they don't understand how it works is detrimental to our shit. Oh, and that's why we having these conversations and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain rules and regulations, and people from the outside try to come in and move goalposts and be like, well, you know what? It should be like that. Bitch, no, it should not be like that. It should be like how the fuck it is. Now, is it problems within that, certain shit that we got rules and regulations on? Sure it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when we was talking about old buddy earlier, the Say So P. If it is if it's true that he ran off on the motherfucker, deep in my soul and heart, unfortunately, I gotta be like, I understand. Not saying it's right, but I understand.
It's some shit you do that you know that is a possibility somebody will come and get you.
It's some consequences to it, and if them the rules, that's the fucking rules. All right, and people come with all this morality shit, da da da. At the end of the day, we human beings, okay? And humans ain't nothing but some animals that run our mouth. That's it. We run our mouth and we got opposable thumbs. This is basically, we ain't really know. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, you know who I like a whole bunch? And nah, he an asshole. I was gonna say my wife's cat, but cats is some assholes, man.
They are assholes.
Yeah, no, fuck him. Let's see. But I still like him though, but he an asshole. Let's see. But everybody like, you know, I was gonna say some animals, but animals is assholes too. Dolphins be taking it from people and shit. Fucking orca whales and shit will fucking kill something and just play with it. in the ocean. Just played fucking volleyball with them, with just killed some shit. So we
Yeah,
all
I
animals.
I knew the orcas was shit nice out here in the sea, but I didn't know about the dolphins taking it. What?
No, yeah, dolphins will try to say they will. It's the dolphins will. Dolphins will jizz on the motherfucker. Very yeah. They aggressive.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they smart and aggressive. All right. So we all animals. We just elevated animals, and we go do some shit. Some people can be redeemed. Some people can't be redeemed. But you can't go into one group's place of congregation and start making rules and shit like how the missionaries did when, and how colonization did when they told motherfuckers that them guys you worship and shit, fuck them motherfuckers. We got the right one right here. This is the one, and just so happens it looks just like us. So looks just like us. You should probably listen to us. So here you go. Read this. Knock down those statues and shit. Oh, look at them big black nigger noses on them. Blow them off. Yeah, blow them off. Oh, it's some gold in there. Yeah, we gonna take that. We taking everything. You know what I'm saying? They always trying to go in somebody else shit and just rewrite the rules and shit. Say it ain't supposed to be like this. And say, cause I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm about to say some shit, you guys. And you put your fingers on the unsubscribe right now. The Lion King taught us about the fucking circle of life. Okay, all right. It started off with Simba being born. Okay. And for some odd reason, monkeys and lions got together and was friends with birds and wild hogs and shit, instead of the lions just eating all the motherfuckers they was friends with. That's a conversation for another day. But the monkey held up to Simba, right? Well, he held him up. Him and Mufasa walking and shit. And they looking at all the animals and shit, and Mufasa, Simba asking them questions like, why we run this shit? And Mufasa like, yeah, we run all this shit. We eat all these other motherfuckers out here whenever we hungry and shit. But we still cool with them though. We cool with them for the most part until we get hungry. But we gotta eat them. Simba like, oh shit, that's kind of fucked up. He like, nah, bitch, it's a circle of life. Then they sung a whole song about the circle of life. That song was a murder anthem. That song was about eating motherfuckers. You shit them out, fertilize the land, the grass grow, and then some people eat the grass. It's the motherfucking circle of life.
So you telling me Lion King had drill music?
That was a drill song.
Damn.
That was a motherfucking drill song. Then what happens in the movie later on? Okay, and it teaches you lessons on how you can't trust motherfuckers and shit. But in the movie, the damn Mufasa's brother was like, "Hey, bitch, I need to be running this motherfucker," but he didn't say it out loud like that though. You know what I'm saying? He bided his time, kind of like these motherfucking kings of media and hip hop media and shit. Before they can do this shit where they putting crowns on their own head and shit, they trying to act like they all, same thing with the Fantano and shit. I'm about my time before I start telling these motherfuckers how they need to be running their shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right. What the Scar do? Yeah, you're right, Mufa. You goddamn right. I don't need to be the king. You right. I'm tripping. I don't trip. And he's like, yeah, bitch, I got your hoe ass one day. Boom. Next thing you know, the goddamn antler wildebeest motherfuckers stampede. This motherfucker pushed that motherfucker off that bitch. It was a wrap. Now motherfucking Scar done took over this hoe. Right? Everybody said, well, I wouldn't say I ain't give a fuck when Mufasa died and shit. I was hurt when they killed that damn robot on Short Circuit. They killed Johnny Five and shit.
But they killed Johnny Five, yeah.
Cause guess what? I had heard the Circle of Life song. As a youth, I was like, oh, motherfucker, so when the death go come? You just told me somebody go die. When is go come? That was the song. Mufasa die, and that's the circle of life. Motherfuckers gotta die. All right? So death ain't even bad like that. It's the circle of life. So this motherfucker coming in with the circle of life, insert whatever culture you in, is certain rules, and it's gonna be a life or death circle every time. People act like people gonna live forever. No. It's certain shit you go do. It's go get your ass out the way quicker than if you hadn't did that shit. You walk your ass. Now, this is something that's dope. This is something that works in every culture. You walk your ass in front of a Mack truck, whether it's here, Africa, damn England, your ass is grass. You dead. Okay? But like I said, though, in some places in England and shit, you might be able to run off on the motherfucker with 200K. And then they be like, oh, golly, I don't know how they talk over there, so I can't even make fake gee, golly whiz, I'm gonna sue you, bitch, or something more. They might slap you with a white glove and do a duel with you. They might take you out over there too. They used to do that shit with the shit where they put you can take 10 paces, turn around and shoot.
Well, I seen the movie Snatch, and they was gangsters over there on Snatch.
See, that's just some regular culture. Somebody gotta go. Okay, we all seen the Tyler Perry movie. What's that movie? The Family That Prays Together. Okay, yeah. So Little Mama, and I watched that movie with my mama. I watched that movie with a couple of women. The scene where he talking to the wife, the black wife who was cheating on him with the white boss and shit. And she was like, yeah, you black bitch. She didn't say that, but she might as well.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you black bitch. That's why our kids is not yours. He was like, huh? And you can see it hit him. It was, huh? He was like, yeah, I would never want my kids to have your weak ass blood, you bitch ass bitch. They gonna be successful and half white and shit. This nigga, blah, slapped this motherfucker across the damn shit. She did a full frontal and backwards flip at the same damn time over there, bar. And guess what my mama said? My mama said, that dirty wench, that's what the fuck she get.
I mean.
Y'all tell my mom was a survivor of domestic violence, but her domestic violence was on some, and not my daddy, but who she was with before she got my daddy, just so y'all know and shit. And I wasn't even alive when she went through it. She told me about it later. But her domestic violence was, hey babe, you want some chili? Bitch, I told you I ain't want no chili. Blah! And she left that day. That's not the specific story, but he did hit her one time and she left. She didn't stay. Okay. But she used to, her thought process of domestic violence, I ain't do a goddamn thing, get hit in the mouth. But she fully understood why James slapped the dog the mud. Now, I'm going to be honest. When my mama said that dirty wench, my brain went like, come on, Tyler. It couldn't have been, why you couldn't have just gave it a realistic slap, though? I think he made the slap cartoony, though, so people could kind of root for him, though. Now I'm thinking about it and shit. Because I was upset. I was just like, Mama, that wasn't realistic DV right there. I'm just saying, Mama. She was like, boy, leave me alone. Anyway, you see how it's nuanced to that shit? You know what I'm saying? It's certain shit where you'll find out it happened and you be like, I understand. And everybody in that movie, I bet you if it was in the movie, we watched it at the house and shit. But I bet you somebody stood up in the movie and clapped their hands and shit. Maybe a mother who that shit happened to her son, found out her grandbabies weren't hers, stood up and was like, I wish I had did that shit. I wish he had did that shit. You know what I'm saying? And watch this shit get clipped up everybody. You know the struggle stream, they believe in being bitches. They did a whole video about it. You can watch it. No, what I'm trying to say, this all ties up to motherfuckers outside of some shit trying to put rules on some shit when A, they don't know all of the details, B, they not a part of the shit, and C, and really it just goes to my whole morality shit, period. Because I've been mad about that for a minute. I've been telling you about that shit, Briss. I'm just mad at everybody just acting like they holier than thou. They ain't never did no shit, and everybody got to go immediately. People like Kanye, habitual line steppers. This nigga done stepped 15. I'm cool with y'all being like, you know what? Can't support him no more. This nigga done clicked all the boxes. I'm cool with that. I'm 100%. If we gotta get Kanye out, I don't give a fuck about the car wreck, the CTE, or none of the shit. Azalea Banks did a very interesting post. She was talking about when he was in a car accident, all his teeth got knocked out. And the work that he got done on his teeth wasn't done right. And not necessarily done right, it's just the technology of that time. And he didn't have the best, insurance and all of that shit. So they just did a good enough job. She said he got to get his teeth redone every year. And she was talking about how she went to his hotel room one time and the shit smelled like dirty diapers and shit. And it's because his teeth, like food began caught in there and shit. And she was saying that's why he always changing his teeth. That's why you'll see him with some diamonds in his teeth, or he do that platinum shit, or he got iced out grill or something like that. But he got to get his teeth redone and shit.
Shit.
But she was talking about how Kim and how other motherfuckers is just like, this nigga stink. This nigga breath stink. She say and he always kept like a cup of Tic Tacs, and she say this motherfucker like put them all because he was very aware of the shit or whatever. But that I bring it up because don't ask me how I ended up here. Well, you can ask me. I'll tell you how I ended up. I was on motherfucking Reddit. I was actually in the Papa John's Reddit. Somebody had posted a pizza where it was like this much crust on the edge, and it wasn't no damn motherfucking fucking what is it called, the stuffed crust. It was a regular pizza. Them motherfuckers shorted they ass on toppings and shit. The pizza had toppings like this, but the crust this wide and shit.
Damn.
So I'm scrolling. You know how Reddit just show you some shit, and the Azealia Banks shit popped up, but it popped up in the Kardashian Reddit. So I had to go in there. I'm thinking it's gonna be like some hella fucked up shit going on in the Kardashian Reddit. They was actually very level headed, and somebody was brought up. She was like, somebody said, "Oh shit, I forgot that motherfucker had that damn car crash and shit. He probably got severe CTE on top of that shit. Cause this motherfucker, if you seen that documentary and shit, that nigga was fucked. Like he really was fucked up." Then
yes, he was. I completely forgot about that too.
However, I seen interviews before the damn accident. No. I was gonna say I seen interviews before that. No, yeah, I have. That nigga was a weird nigga. I seen interviews before the accident. He was a strange nigga before that. CTE probably landed on top. Plus the bipolar, and that was a Kardashian motherfucking shit. So they knew all this nigga shit, and so they just naming shit. They was like, he's still a fucked up person, but XYZ, but fuck that motherfucker. It's too late now. Like it's certain shit you can't. But then somebody came with a nuance story. Somebody said, this one person was like, what Kanye does is imprehensible or whatever that damn word is, right? She was like, but I understand, but now they said I got sympathy for Kim for staying with him, because she was like, my dad was bipolar, like 100% bipolar and shit. And she was like, my mom stayed with him until she died, till he died. And she was like, living with him was crazy, because one week he be like the best person to be around and shit. Another week he paranoid, thinking everybody trying to motherfucking destroy his life and shit. And she said he wasn't putting his hands on her, but just how he was treating her. And she was like, I wanted my mom to leave, but I understand why she didn't, because when he was good, he was great. But when he was bad, it was fucked up. But it was a cycle. It was some shit they damn near felt like they could set their clock to and shit. She was like, as his daughter, she was like, it don't matter what he did and shit. You know, some people just your parent is your parent. You know what I'm saying? And so, and they start having a real deep, nuanced conversation about this shit. It still was fuck Kanye, but it wasn't just fuck Kanye, he doing this shit because he hate everybody on some real shit or nothing like that. When it comes to that type of shit, you know, they was just bringing up a whole bunch of shit I really wasn't, you know what I'm saying, knowledgeable about and shit. And a bunch of other people was like, oh yeah, I know somebody's bipolar. Some people knew some people that was schizophrenic, all sorts of shit. Then they brought in the drug shit, It still ended with fuck Kanye, but it wasn't it was understandable fuck Kanye type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no just tiki torches and witch hunt shit. You know what I'm saying? It was taking a bunch of shit into account and shit. And so I wish we did more of that. It could still be fuck that person, but if somebody, what I was expecting was somebody to come in that damn Reddit and be like, y'all hoes, y'all motherfuckers standing up for him, using this shit for excuses, Nobody came in for that. And that's not what they was doing. They was just stating factual shit and saying this could account for some shit, or what's making it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They still held them accountable. You still doing the shit. No matter what, you still doing shit. My mom, when she had got cancer, the shit metastasized or whatever the word is from her breast to her brain. I didn't know though. My mom started going off at the person I was dating at the time, went off on me. She was cussing me out, all sorts of shit. And this was, anybody that knows somebody that got cancer, sometimes they still look normal and shit, but the shit ravaging their body, they ain't even know. And I took my mom to the damn her doctor dude, and they did a scan on her head, man, and that shit was all over her brain like popcorn. And the part of the brain where it control your emotions was where it was really heavy at. And that's when the doctor was like, yeah, she acting like that because she go die and you need to put her in a hospice. I ain't understand that shit. I understood why she was acting like that, but at that time I was like, my mama ain't gonna die and shit. Fuck hospice. I didn't even know what hospice was, but it made me understand. I was like, damn, because my mama, you know, it was still a part of her personality, but not irrational like it was. Like, she go check your ass, but it was like all checking all day. And then some days it was on some bipolar shit. I thought she was having Alzheimer's and shit, but going through that shit and seeing how, you know, different ailments, because some people be going through shit, don't even know what's going on, and people just start acting a certain way, or some people act a certain way because of certain shit. But I bring all this up to say, me even talking about it, in the back of my head, I'm like, man, people go watch this channel, or they go watch this video, be like, this motherfucker making excuses for Kanye, or this motherfucker making excuses for this and third. No, it's just, I hate that we don't try to go deeper in shit. You can still say fuck that person, but we still need to have these conversations, which rounds all the way back. Y'all didn't think I was gonna make it back, did you? Rounds all the way back to us being hypocrites and shit. We still gotta watch them hoe ass bitches, so we can still sound the horn that they hoe ass bitches. Now, when I say watch, not give hours and hours of time, but they go always have fans who always go share their shit, and I do my best never to give them direct fucking time to watch. But when they do some hoe ass shit, you gotta stay on people's neck and let motherfuckers know they doing hoe ass shit. It's still hypocrisy though, because you still quote unquote platform. I remember somebody that said we had platformed What's the Dirt one time and shit. I was like, that wasn't no, we was platforming that motherfucker. We was motherfucking putting the shit out to be like, all right, let's see what this let's see what this damn video gonna be about. And we went off on that motherfucker. Then we was like, hey, anybody who was there tonight will remember. I was like, it's a lot of people mad at you. So guess what? We're gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna let everybody just say what they're gonna say, and we're just gonna see how it goes. And that's the fuck. And I knew what it was gonna be. I 100% knew what it was gonna be. But people will be like, "Oh, you platformed, you gave it." No, if a motherfucker needs to hear some shit, somebody gotta open the door so they can hear it. You see what I'm saying? But this kind of goes all back to, all this could be considered word salad, because it go back to, we are hypocrites. We all go, just because somebody shows some shit or does a song with somebody don't mean they support the shit that they do, but they can have an understanding of the shit to where it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And they may know some nuance about some shit ever. I really hope we get to the point to where we can be nuanced on this shit. The shit that we can't be nuanced on is fuck Drake. All right. Fuck all them niggas that was on them, and white folks that was on that damn media whatchamacallit. We gotta collectively try to they shouldn't be able to have that moniker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we go get everybody else to it, because the thing is, what's mainstream in America? Mainstream is majority white folks crossing over. Most people want to cross over. I forgot somebody I was reading about that Halle Bailey and DDG shit, and they was like, oh, he fucked up her career, she was about to cross over. I was like, fuck, man. And EPMD had the song crossover. Method Man talked about how he wanted to go never cross over and shit, but Wu-Tang had no choice but to cross. Like, it wasn't no way it wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't no way. So it's like, fuck. We stuck in a thing to where the crossover is where the money is. That the money is in the crossover. But at the same time, you don't want to crossover. But at the same time, if you do crossover, you can set up your family for life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can't get too mad at certain people. Like I went earlier, I want to be mad at Project Pat, but ain't no telling what that bag was looking like. I don't know what the fuck Project Pat was going through at that time. What if him Juicy was upset at each other? What if Juicy was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what these people be going through when they accept going on these shows. So I can't just automatically hate everybody to go on the show. I don't know the nuance of the background of the shit. You know what I'm saying? What if they got to pay for their mama's motherfucking, they mama got cancer and shit, and they got to pay for that shit, and Vlad the only motherfucker that's giving them the bag for it. Now, from the outside looking in, I'm like, oh, you coon ass motherfucker. You got Vlad, you on the black. But that motherfucker, like, I'm trying to save my mama life. Fuck you, bitch. And they ain't gonna say that on the interview, but they go do the interview, take that back, and they just gotta live with everybody judging them for how they is. Everything is not black and white. Okay? Is what I want to say. And I'm saying we hypocrites because I can have this conversation and some motherfucker go come up and do some shit I hate, and I'm gonna talk 100% bullshit about these motherfuckers. And then y'all might hear me fucking be like, oh, this other person is super dope. And somebody be like, oh, well, you know they did the same shit. I was like, well, guess what? I don't like that other motherfucker, so I don't care. Now get the fuck out of here. Hypocrite, but you gotta be cognizant of it, and you gotta be cool with getting the backlash of it as well. Being in the public eye on any levels, you go always be scrutinized, so that's something you just gotta accept too. But another thing about being a slave or a whore to the YouTube shit and the algorithm is they trying to change our language. We can't say words like rape or murder or something like that. So how the fuck I'm gonna hold somebody accountable as a rapist if I can't say the word, but then I get demonetized? I can't talk about these children being murdered on this shit, or I'm gonna get demonetized. So then you got to make all these decisions. Am I go? And I'm not a fan of our language getting changed. There's some other shit that's happening and shit too. I hate that shit. I hate how we gotta say unalived instead of saying somebody got killed. First off, it means the same damn thing. And then what happens? Eventually, you ain't gonna be able to say unalived, because it's go become like how Kleenex turned to damn tissue, or tissue is Kleenex and shit. So the language go continuously get changed. Fuck that shit. I'm saying that right now because I got a job. But if I ever got to do this YouTube shit full time, hypocrite, I'm like, hey, Briss, somebody is not on Earth anymore. Somebody hit them very hard to make them not be on the Earth anymore. Sorry, guys, I gotta pay these bills. And I ain't gonna think twice about that shit, cause I got a motherfucking family to feed in this bitch. Hypocrite. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? You can only at the end of the day, everybody gotta take care of their family, their kids, or whatever the fuck. It is what it is. But my final thing about this shit is, I don't like that these motherfuckers have this moniker, but the only way they not gonna have the moniker is if motherfuckers say they shouldn't have the moniker. God damn it. The motherfuckers ain't the damn king of hip hop media, no shit. They is the kings of weird ass niggas. Weird motherfuckers. That's what the fuck they is. So hashtag that shit. I ain't gonna do it because I'm not big on that hashtag shit. It sound cool and shit. Hashtag this and that, but I don't know, fuck that shit. But if y'all choose a hashtag, but they the king of weirdos to me. That's what the fuck. And not even hip hop weirdos. They just the king of weirdos in capitalism. And at the end of the day, look, more hypocrite. I can't be mad at pimping either. If somebody pimping the system and shit, this is where the hypocritical part. Pimping is pimping is pimping is pimping. Okay? Only time I'm gonna be mad at somebody pimping somebody in my family. And I'm talking about, like, you know. But that's what I got to say about the shit. How about you, Briss? I know you have a plethora of words to say.
No, you said it all. You said a lot. When it comes to it, though, you are correct. And when I say we, I'm talking about just as a general hip hop culture. People do listen to them cats. Like you said, they do have interviews on. If you just scrolling through the internet, you would just see an interesting clip of somebody talking, and then you be like, damn, that person was on Vlad. Or damn, this person was on this show. So it's kind of hard to avoid it. They are saturated in the space. But I have, especially since I started doing this show with you, because it's a bunch of stuff I never really paid attention to when it came to that until you start talking about it. I was like, damn, I never really paid attention to that. And I find myself, like, consciously, if I see them, not giving them a view and trying to find it somewhere else.
I do my best not to give the motherfuckers a view. I hate typing that shit in my motherfucking damn search bar and shit. But hey, you gotta, if you want to talk about it, you gotta see it to talk about it. But I do my best to go through whatever third party avenue I can to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately though, them niggas is kind of like iPhones or fucking anything really. we all need to boycott every damn thing in America. If you black, if you really about it, if you black, everything boycott. You got to boycott AT&T. You got to boycott the damn electric company. Boycott the water company. Boycott, and that's where that's the system, though, you guys. And don't nobody don't want to be here. So you got to make your concessions and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick and choose your battles. To see the rest of this live and over 60 plus members only videos, become a Struggle Group member for only $2.99.